stay away. There's people I do not like. There's barbers I don't like.
So what's your vetting process? I'm not letting you off the hook with that.
Bro, she's doing cuts where, if I'm being honest, sometimes they scare me.
Do you get more support from your close friends or strangers?
That's a great question.
How do you balance and filter out what is love versus what is, some would say, is fake love?
Oh, man.
What is the youth struggling with most right now?
A lot of these kids are struggling with like their identity.
What values do you walk with today?
Even though you're famous and you rich, I could not be in your circle. Your values to my values are different. Indie music, like I'm a techno, like I mean, dude.
It's a techno?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, bruh, I'm telling you, bro, like, it's crazy.
What is the biggest difference that you notice when you look in the mirror from Duran before Jack of all fades has conquered the internet?
That's the thing that people don't know.
Welcome back to Doyle TV, where I give you the exclusive on unique people in the Reno community. Thank you for tuning in to episode 2. I'm here with a very special guest. He's a celebrity barber, an entrepreneur who has earned 2 Black Business Awards in Reno. He currently holds the title of Content Creator of the Year after being recognized at a San Francisco Barber Expo. And he is now chasing, as we speak, the Content Creator of the Year award at an upcoming CT Barber Expo. He's also a father of 4. Most of you know him by Jack of all fades. So presenting to some, introducing to others, Duran Manning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, you guys have noticed I've changed the scene up around me a bit. I'm here in the Jack of Fades barbershop.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you having me in here.
Yeah, of course.
Last time I was in here, I was doing a live interview.
Yeah.
Talking about similar topics, what we're going to be discussing today.
Okay.
But today I want to dig a lot deeper.
All right.
I want to understand more of who is Jack of all fades.
Okay.
So we'll start exactly where that is. Now, you're the owner of this barbershop, correct?
Yes.
You know, when I come in here, it's absolutely a vibe.
Thank you.
And when I think back to barbershop in general, I think of those old school movies with Ice Cube starring in it.
Come on.
You're familiar with those.
Come on, I love the barbershop.
Is the vision you had then exactly what it is now for your barbershop?
Absolutely. I think like the vision that I really had for the shop was to create a place of peace. You know what I mean? I grew up in a barbershop as a kid, and when I would go there, man, you hear all kind of stories, you see all kind of things, and like even in the movies, every movie has a story that needs to be told. It's something that's like, here's what happened, this situation happened, this is how we overcame. And so like for my shop, to create that vision, I have a lot of people that are starting to overcome a lot of things in their lives, and it's like, man, it's super cool to see.
Yeah. You know, from the accolades I just read, which one of those are you most proud of at this time?
I think like, you know, I went to the Martin Luther King dinner and for the Black Business Award. I went a year before, and I told one of the guys in my shop, I was like, next year I'm gonna win that. And we laughed, you know, and it's like, we just went on the day. But I think that's probably like my favorite one right now, just because I'm like, I said it was gonna happen and it did. Put in a lot of work, but I did it. And I was like, man, like, grateful, super grateful.
I mean, what got you to that point to be able to walk across the stage and receive that award? I mean, what did the award say on it, and what were you being recognized for in particular?
Just being like a business owner in the community, a Black business owner, and so every year they have the Martin Luther King dinner where they celebrate Black businesses, and you know, so getting on the stage, like what took me to get that? Like, man, honestly, I think last year we probably did. Just in my shop alone of free cuts, about 600 free cuts throughout the year where we're just cutting people for free. And so it's cool because I want it based off of last year's work going into this year, right, of January. And then this year already, we've already cut over 500 people already, and we still got time. I was like, the goal for this year was to get over 1,000 people of free cuts throughout the year, so it's pretty tight.
So when you think business, you're thinking money and I need it now. But you're giving out free cuts. What is the message behind that?
So, too, I mean, because, in order to get money, I mean, the reality is, it's like, if we're cutting people for free, other people are going to see it, and it's like, man, that's super cool. And it drives people to come in here, so once we cut them, and then, the next time they're like, hey, man, you guys did such an awesome job, like, we want to keep coming to you. And by that, man, I've had 3 people in here right now that are booked out in my shop by doing that. Like, I mean, people are coming back. The return rate is insane. Like, it's like, whoa, like, I know you. So, also with business, man, like, it's just, you want to make money, man. You want to survive. You want to take care of your family and your loved ones. And so for me, with this, that drive for business-wise, it's like, we have to do what everybody else is not willing to do. We got to do it all.
You're a strong believer in, putting out good energy. That free haircut, you're going to get something in return.
100%. Like, I'm really a man of faith. And the number one thing in my shop that I preach is we have to serve. Like, I learned that from my grandmother. Like, if you serve, it's better to do right. You know what I mean? And by serving, you really will be blessed. Sometimes it's not even just, in my personal opinion, it's not just like, oh, we're blessed by people coming in here. But by serving, somebody might not come in here, but other people will tell people about us. Because I've had people that came on, like, our day in February, we cut over 100 people in one day. My team, we was moving all day. We had somebody come last week that came from February. So, it's like time went on. I didn't know if they were going to come back. It was just like, hey, man, thank you. They're like, man, he was like, man, I did not forget you, man. You're, and I'm like, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate it, and it just comes back outside of barbering, too. Like, your kids can be healthy. And like I tell my team, if we serve people in the community honestly, you're going to find that you're going to get bigger blessings outside of just being in here and being booked. Maybe your health is good, Maybe somebody in your family, you needed something to happen positive and it happens. And it's like, because you served, I believe, because you served, and it opens the door for other blessings in other areas of your life.
No, that's important. You're passing that along in the community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how long have you been cutting hair? Because it seems like the trajectory to where you are now has been quite fast.
Dude, 5 years, and that's a year of school. Like, I mean, it's kind of crazy. 2021, it's like, I'm going to school. We're in 2025. And man, I hit some bumps and some, but, and it's crazy, man, because a lot of people will say, like, oh, man, it was fast. I don't think it's fast. Reality, it is fast, but I don't think it's fast because I'm not satisfied. There's so much more to be done. Like, so I'm like, it's cool, but I got to do more.
I have a question for you about success.
Okay.
It seems like outside looking in, you're seeing a lot of that.
Yes.
You say you're not satisfied, but outside looking in, you're doing a great job and you're having some success. As you continue to grow and master your craft, do you get more support from your close friends or strangers? Because I see a lot of people in the comment section.
That's a great question. I would say I've been blessed to get a good balance. But if I had to choose which one, I mean, I think on the outside looking in, the people that are like strangers or just meeting them, they're gonna, whoa, you're doing good, because they don't know. But I think for me personally, like the people that have rocked with me day one, like let's take clients. I'm always getting new clients, but I have my core clients who were with me when I had a house I have a house in an acre in Cold Springs, but when I lived out there, I had people driving from South Reno all the way to Cold Springs, and they still come. So I feel like that like they were close to me, you know what I mean? Like that's close. Or my friends now, they're like, they'll come get a haircut by me every once in a while, but they're also like, dude, I know you're busy, so, every once in a while I'll slip, like, can you get me? So it's like, yeah.
So you said you have a balance between a lot of support for your close friends, loyal clientele.
For sure.
Strangers as well, they'll see you in the community.
Absolutely.
So when you get that love, how do you balance and filter out what is love versus what is, some would say, is fake love?
Oh man, that's a great question too. I'm still learning how to like filter that out, man. I will say that I do keep my circle pretty tight. So I learned this. My boy Hoser, he's the Worcester. I coach basketball, so he's the Worcester head coach, and he's like, don't allow our circle to be infiltrated. You know what I mean? And so I preach that in here, but also to myself. Like, I'm very particular on who I allow to just enter into my life. You know what I mean? Like, if someone gives me a compliment, thank you, man. Like, I appreciate it, but, actions speak louder than words.
But how do you go about a vetting process? Because off camera you were telling me you were able to get these seats filled.
Oh, yeah.
How do you go about a vetting process for your circle and also people who cut hair in your shop?
Good question, man. Honestly, before I got anybody in this shop, I was already watching them. Like, half the people on my team, like my Jalen, Kaden, Sher, Aisha, Ivan, and Irvin, and Nani, I was already watching them before they knew who I was. I'd seen their work, but I didn't reach out because I was like, let me get once I know I'm going to go for this shop, I already picked, it's you know what it's like? It's kind of like Nick Fury in the Avengers. That's who I feel like Nick Fury. Because I already knew who was coming. I'm like, oh, your superpower is this. We need that for the team. Your superpower is that. Oh, we need that. And I have a guy in here, I'm not going to say who it is, but he's my Incredible Hulk. He is, man. And it's like, sometimes it's like, no, we got to get you in control. But like that sense of like, don't mess with my friends or my boss or my family. Like that sense of loyalty is great to have, man. It's tight. So I knew who they were before they knew who I was. Essentially. You know what I mean? It's scoping them out. And I'm like, hey, you want to join my team?
So what's your vetting process? I'm not letting you off the hook with that. Like, how do you go about, besides watching them, how do they go from posting on their own socials to getting a seat in Jack of all Fades?
Honestly, man, I went up to a couple of them. I went and taught at Paul Mitchell. Went up to him and just talked to him. Like, hey, man, I've been seeing you for a while. Your work's pretty good. There's things that you can do to grow, and I can help you, and I will. But the thing is, the way I help is not going to be like what everybody else does. Like, I'll give you a story. With Jalen, I went and got Jalen, and I have a lot of clients. So what I would do is I would overbook myself so I could be like, yo, I'm booked. My bad. Can you go to Jalen? And they'd be like, all right. You know what I mean? Like, and Jalen was cutting them. Yeah. But then, I kid you not, I told Jalen after he started getting some of his own clients and he started building a little bit, I literally went up to him and I was like, hey, I just want to let you know, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not helping you at all. You now know the sauce. You know the secret how to get them, so you got to do it. And he's like, okay, cool. So, but I'm always teaching. So what I did is, instead of giving him clients, I gave him a couple. Instead of doing that, I was like, no, you got to get them yourself. But then I elevate him to the next level where I was like, yo, we'll start hitting the gym. So we go to the gym, we'd start doing a set. As soon as I finished my set, I would make him wait because I would go talk to people and be like, yo, man, where do you get a haircut? So then what I started teaching him was like, this is how you go get them. So literally, we're in the gym, he's just watching me like, come on, man, we got to do our set. But I'm going to people. He didn't catch it at first, but I'm going to people all in the gym. And I'm making him wait because he's like, spot me. And I'm just talking, where do you get a haircut? All right, cool, check me out on Instagram. Hey, where do you get a haircut? Okay, cool, check me out on Instagram. So what happened is, out of nowhere, I'm like getting ready to do my set, and it was heavy. And I got ready to do it, and I'm like, and I look back, and he's gone. And I got kind of irritated, like, dog, I was about to pick this up and go kill me. Yeah. And I look, and he's over there, hey, man, where you get a haircut? But he's doing groups. And I was like, he caught it. You know what I mean? So my process is like, I went up to him, and it's like, I'm going to teach you how to do this, but you got to be ready, because it is hard. It's not easy to do this. It's not.
Have you found that it's better just to push him off the cliff, tell him be brave and handle it? Or do you have another teaching method that has also had success?
Honestly, I feel like you have to know who your personnel is. because I knew he could handle me pushing him off the cliff. Bro, there's water. You'll be fine. You can swim. Whereas other people in my shop, you can't push them off the cliff. Because when you push them, they still, as they're falling, they're still like, ah! Yeah. And, you know, so I had to go that route. I had to be more sensitive to how they are and how they feel and teach differently as far as like, yo, man, I might have to hold your head a little bit longer. Or if they did something that I didn't like, instead of being like, rawr, don't do that, I'm like, hey, man, you got this. Keep going. Let's go. We got this. We got this. You know, some, you don't have to do that. Jalen, I didn't have to be like, you got it. You got it. You got it. But others, I'm like, you got this. You got this. I believe in you. You can do this. I know it's not easy, but you can do it. You got to talk to them. You get, well, I don't like talking to people. And then I'm like, well, first I'm like, well, you know, we're in an industry where you have to do that. Yeah. But then I was like, okay, you don't like talking to people. So here's what I started learning too. Is like, I'm not going to do the cut for you, but if we are together, I'll talk you up. I already had a nice following. So it's like, I'm basically the hype man. You know what I mean? Like, yo, bruh, I got this girl, man. She can cut. Yeah. And then one thing I would always do, and I still do this to this day, is especially to my ladies, I always tell them, like, you're the best in the city. Always. I still do it. Like, best, sure, I'm like, you're the best female barber in the city.
That's dope.
And it's not to hate on anybody else. I like all the other ladies. But I keep telling her, and I was like, she's like, why do you do that? I said, because I'm going to speak it so much that you're going to believe it. And once you believe it, right now, I personally, honest to God, think she's the best. She is, bro, she's doing cuts where, if I'm being honest, sometimes they scare me. I'm like, she might take one of my clients. She's tough. She's tough. And all my ladies they're beautiful women. So that's another factor that helps. It helps. I don't. You're pretty. I would love for you to cut my hair, and you're good.
Yeah, the talent's there.
Yes, the talent. That's what I preached. Focus on the talent, not on the look. Because people will like you for the look, but once you let them know, like, hey, I don't move that way, no thank you, then they don't want to come. But if your talent, which I told them, is like, if you're tough, you tell them, no, I don't move that way, sorry. They still gonna come because you nice.
Wow.
And it's working.
Yeah, that's well done. So I want to transition topics a bit. You mentioned clientele.
Yes.
The feast for clientele. Is that a challenge to maintain clientele? I mean, how were you able to grow the following that you have on social media, but bring those people into your shop? Is getting clientele a challenge?
Getting clientele can be a challenge if you don't have like the right motives. So I'll tell you what I did to grow my clientele, and I preached it to my shop. It's actually.
Are these the secrets?
This is a secret. It's the most simplest secret, but it absolutely works.
All right.
It's called kids. Go after the kids. Like if you, I believe so many different things and so many options come out of kids. You can get a kid that's why. I have a few, and I always tell the parents, like, keep bringing them. I promise you, we don't care. Even when I was doing it myself, I was like, I don't care. Like, I got kids. Like, it's fine. Let them cry. Yeah. I cut a kid the other day, and I mean, he's 1 year old, and he's hollering. And I was cutting out a friend's thing, and I mean, he's hollering, but nobody else was gonna take him. And people were looking at me like, I had somebody like, bro, you good? I'm like, absolutely. Because they were looking at me like, oh, you're jack of all trades. Why would you do that? I said, bro, I don't care. He's one. If I do my job and I show this kid love and I allow the dad to see like, man, look how your son is trusting me when he stops crying, that 1 year old could be my client for the next 18 years before he goes to college.
Long game.
Yeah, I'm not. So with kids, what I told them is like, we're building a long-term thing because adults, they bounce around, man. we all do. It's kind of like, yeah. Because one of my people in here got upset and I had to explain to them how clientele is. I said, listen, man, I don't get mad when people jump around too much because guess what? I don't want to eat McDonald's every day. Every once in a while, I want Burger King. So I can't, so when it comes to getting clientele, kids, they can eat McDonald's every day.
And they don't care.
And they don't care.
They don't mind.
And they don't mind. Just give them a toy.
Yeah.
So that's what my method was. It's like, I'm going to go after kids.
Yeah.
And it worked.
That's smart, though.
It works.
Yeah. So on to social media. you're currently holding the title of Content Creator of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
What is motivating you to continue to blow up on social media? Because you're posting every day.
Oh yeah.
And to be honest, it frustrates me because I need to get content out too, in a good way.
Yes, yes,
you know what I mean?
yes,
Like,
yes.
It's a form of motivation.
Yes.
He's posting, Nick. Why you being lazy? Post.
It's
Get
hard.
content out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's ridiculously hard.
It's that's the thing that people don't know. It is really hard to post.
Yeah.
And even if it took you 5 minutes, that is one of the most difficult 5 minutes, because the reality is it doesn't take 5 minutes. You have to group all these different thoughts together to give it to somebody. You know what I mean?
And make sure it's relatable.
And it has to be relatable. If it's not relatable, people don't even care.
No, scroll.
And it's hard. It's hard, man. I think for me, like with posting, man, I learned my niche. It's just another way to serve, and I actually love being funny. I love doing content. I love, like, I did a content piece. I was joking. It didn't really go as a joke. Somebody got mad, but it was just me. Like, I had a guy that was supposed to come in here to work, and he ended up going to another shop, and he posted it. And I was like, I'm gonna do a skit about like how barber owners get mad. I told my team, like, I'm not really mad because I really didn't have room. But I was like, I was gonna force a spot to have him because he's good. And but I was like, I'll do a skit since he went somewhere else. And I acted like I was mad. And at the very end of the skit, one of my guys was like, well, he didn't come because you're short. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I am pretty short. Like, but
It's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny.
He took it, like, he wrote a whole post and then the guy took it down. I didn't see it, but somebody on my team did.
He was aggravated.
Oh, he was aggravated, for sure. And I was like, bro, I
Should you
promise.
say it real quick?
Yeah. I was like, bro, I promise you, I was just joking.
Yeah.
I really don't care.
It's business at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And you got views,
Oh, yeah.
likes,
Oh, yeah.
monetary compensation, and he has a job that he needs.
And the place fits him better there than here.
Nice.
So I was like, dude, I actually was like, when he went there, when I first seen it, you know, some of the people in here, they're still young. They were like, look at this. The moment I seen it, I was like, dang, that fits him so good. Like, that's for him. I saw it. It's like, dude, good job.
Yeah.
That's how you're going to win. Because here, I didn't know if he would have really, I think he would have fit in, but it would have been different for him. He's a very tight dress. He could wear a suit every day.
Nice.
In here, hey man, you want to come in some sweats?
No problem.
One eyelash on, one eyelash off.
Oh, eyelash off.
I might have to put an eyelash on. It's like, we can't come out like that. But you know, like, it was just one of those. It's like, we're free spirited, man. Like, if that's how you dress, be you. Be you. You want to come in like whatever. It's fun.
How are you able to separate yourself from other barbers? Because the industry has exploded. I kind of liken it to media. Nowadays, everyone can set up a camera and call themselves an entertainer, influencer,
Absolutely.
a journalist, what have you. So now that a lot of people are jumping into the barber industry, is social media the way to separate yourself? Or because it's important to connect with people.
Absolutely.
When they sit in your chair, whether you care of how their day's going or not.
Absolutely.
So please explain that briefly to me.
I would say the way I separated myself in Reno alone was social media.
I had to.
Once I blew up on social media and started doing content, then people are like, oh my gosh, like, that's crazy, etc. Right? As far as in the bigger world, man, there's so many people doing social media. I thought I'd turn this off. Anyway, there's so much people doing social media that it's crazy. So how do you separate yourself with them? You got to be genuine, right? So it's just being as genuine as possible. I'm not changing who I am. Here's a quick story. People know me on social media, Jack of all fates. I go to a barber expo in Sacramento. Shout out United Barbers Clubs. I love Lonnie and Tamel. We're at their expo, I literally, like, at the very end, they were like, all right, the expo was done, we're done. I seen these guys picking up chairs, trying to take them out to clear the room. So I could have been the social media guy, like I saw other people. It's like, all right, y'all, see y'all at the after party. I was like, picked up a chair and started cleaning too. Yeah. And then I looked at my team. I'm like, no, we got to help. And they're like, what? Like, we gonna go back to the room. Like, no, we're gonna help.
Stay and play. Yeah.
That's being genuine. I'm like, hey man, I'm a real guy. Like, I don't want y'all to do it all by yourself, because I wouldn't want that to happen to me.
I feel like moments like that go a long way, just for character building and just shaping who you are as a person.
The love they've given me based off of that has been, I didn't ask for it. What they've given me, I didn't ask. Like, they asked me to host at other barber expos. I went to a big event and I wasn't even involved. I was kind of like upset, if I'm being honest. I was like, man, y'all didn't even ask me. Like, I didn't say anything, I didn't make a big deal, but I was upset. Like, man, that's kind of stupid. Like, for real.
Yeah.
My guy Tamel's like, yo, Lonnie's out of town. He ain't gonna be here. Can you come host with me? We'll get you in. I'm like, yeah, I got you. Oh,
Of course.
let's go.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's fantastic.
Opened up another door where I'm gonna be a judge in Los Angeles for a barber expo with like some big time people, and I'm like, off of that incident, that one thing opened the door. It was like, man, it's tight, just by being genuine.
Do you pay attention to the numbers?
Absolutely.
Like right when you hit close, are you refreshing all the time? Are you upset if it doesn't do digits as the last one did?
No, I'm not upset, because I get some good numbers. You know what I mean? Some numbers go crazy. Like right now, if I do a post and I get like 8,000 views, that's kind of like, man, I guess this one didn't really hit. I mean, that's 8,000 to some people. Like, man, that's 8,000. To me, I'm like, 8,000 and 80,000 is a big difference. So
that's a huge jump.
yes,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah. How do I get the 80,000?
Because that's the level you're at this time.
Yes,
you're touching 80s.
For sure, 80s, 100, 2, 3. But I think like my average, I probably average like 25,000 a view, which is cool. It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's hard work though, because I try and post my content all the time, but one-man band's difficult, but I super enjoy being creative online.
Absolutely.
It's the best way to build a brand.
1,000%. The Jack of all Fades brand, like that I've built, honestly, man, is everywhere, all over the country. It's not as big as I want it, but to be from Reno, to do that, like, I'm like, that is crazy. Like, it's crazy to me. It's literally crazy.
Yeah. So you're obviously bigger now than you were then.
Oh yeah.
So when you were cutting, or still are cutting celebrities' hairs, what's the interaction like typically? Do you find them on social media? Is it through word of mouth to cut these people's hair?
Definitely word of mouth. Definitely. I mean, my very first time I got hit up by Flo Rida and his whole team.
Yeah.
I get called. I'm in the old shop I was at. I get a phone call. I didn't know who the number was, so I ignored it. I was back in that time. I was like, I didn't answer this. Didn't answer it. They called right back. I'm like, hello? The guy says, can you get us? And I'm like, who is this? He's like, we the people. And I'm like,
Oh.
I was like, people? I was like, all right, bro, I'll call you right back. Hung up, right? I was like, my client that was in the chair, I'm like, I gave him the number, and he's like, I'm like, somebody called me from this number. Like, that's weird. And he was like, that's a Florida number, because he was from Florida.
Mm.
And he was like, he says, I think Flo Rida's in town. And I'm like, okay. So I go, you know what I mean? Like, okay. I go to my Instagram to look, because I'm like, you know, they would advertise it, and literally the guy who's like, we the people, had wrote me on Instagram, and he had like 500,000 followers. He's like, hey man, we in town, can you get us? I was like, call we the people back.
Yeah.
Like, what's up, man? Can y'all, yo, what's up? You know, but that time, and here's the deal, man, I didn't cut Flo Rida's hair. He only had like a little beard. My boy did. But the thing is, I had the opportunity to do that, but I didn't know about cutting celebrities. I didn't know any of that. So when I did cut his whole team's hair, which they paid crazy, but I didn't cut his hair because they were like, come to the hotel. And I was like, hey, I'm new. I ain't going to nobody's hotel. I don't want to go to, what if they try to rob me? That's all I kept thinking. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. And long story short, further down the road, then I get a phone call for Fabulous, and they hit me up and they was like, yo, can you cut him? But here's the thing, I was at an event, bro. I'm at a big time like event with my boy, and it's like charity, and I'm I had a shot. So I was like chilling. I was vibing. I'm like, man, this Vince good. My boy out here, Ron, he called me 15 times back. Didn't answer. Back. Like, then I see the message says, pick up your phone. So I'm like, what's up? He's like, bruh, Fabulous need a haircut, but you took hecka long. I'm gonna see if he still needs it. And I'm like, all right, cool. I thought it was Mr. Fab. So I was like, all right, cool. If he can get me, that's cool. Like, I respect Mr. Fab and Cali. Like, he's dope. But I was like, all right, cool. Let me know. And I kept thinking, I was like, Fabulous? So I called Ron back, and I'm like, are you talking about Fabulous? Like, in New York? And he was like, yeah, bro, he's here. I said, F-A-L-B-O-U-S, whatever. And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, dog, you gotta make it happen. He was like, I'm trying, bro. I'll hit you back. I get a call from a random number, like 2 minutes later. Hey, Fab said, can you come at this time? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, hurry up. All right, cool. Smashed all the way out in Deep Sparks, all the way to Midtown, grabbed my gear, went all the way to the GSR. And as soon as I opened up the door, I was like, he opens the door, right? He opens the door and he's like, oh, what's up, fam? Shakes my hand. I'm like, what's up? I had to be cool. I was like, oh my. I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, like.
Is there a culture shock?
Absolutely. So we go in, I sit down, he walks to the back, he walks back in. He has a San Francisco gold chain that was like $100,000 that he put on. And it was, I'm just like, so I say, I'm like, is that real?
You said that?
He looked at me like, man, you crazy. I was like, I'm just kidding, bro. And then I set up, I cut him, and we talked. We talked like he was tight. He was tight. And he paid me really good. Like just, and I'm like, thanks, bro. I was like, I didn't even ask for pay. I was like, I just want a picture and tell people I cut your hair. He's like, nah, I got you. So that was tight.
In general, are these people who you're shocked to meet at first, when you leave, is it like, you weren't that cool? Or, because I have people that they'll show love on social media, but if I see them in the community, they'll,
act weird.
They're like, do this and that. I'm like, wait, you were just...
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I'm the opposite, man. Like, every once in a while I'll see people. Sometimes I do it because I'm like, maybe that's them. Maybe it's not them. But if you stand out, which, like, I know you do, I'm like, nah. I love going to people. I love being like, yo, I'm a regular dude, bro.
Saying what's up every time.
Yeah, like, I don't have to act funny. Especially if I know you. Like, what's up, dog? If you comment on my post, if I have people that comment on my post after a while, like the kids, high schoolers, all these kids, they see me, yo, Jack. Or even if I see them, like, what's up, bro? Weren't you, like, there that one time? They're like, yeah. I'm like, what's up? How you doing? Dap them up and dip.
That's how it's supposed to be.
And they're like, thank you.
Yeah, it makes their year, it makes their day, it makes their
For
week.
sure. We all deserve it. Nobody's greater than anybody. We all poop.
Yeah.
We all pee.
Yeah.
We all get sick. We all, we're all the same. Nobody's greater.
Yeah, 100%. I want to ask you about the youth because you have a significant job to not just shape their haircut, but shape them, mold them as they grow up. You mentioned you're a basketball coach as well. Have 4 children too. So, what are you noticing based off pattern recognition? What is the youth struggling with most right now, and how do you go on your platform and help them get over that obstacle?
I think the youth is really struggling with, like, a lot of these kids are struggling with, like, their identity. They think they want to be something else. And once they think they want to be that, they think they want to be the rapper that's like, I'll run up and do all that. Once they start to think that, then they start acting on that. And I feel like for me, what I'm bringing right now is like, I'm me. You can be you, and people will accept you.
Yes.
I don't change. Like, some of my content, I'm not, there's off camera, I'm a little crazy sometimes. I might say something that's crazy. Somebody be like, or.
That's you though.
Yeah, but on camera, I'm really me still. Yeah. I'm goofy. I like to have fun. I laugh. Like, I don't care. I dance. I'll do videos where I'm dancing. I even have clients that come in here, especially the youth, and I'll be like, rap something, rap.
Now.
And guess what? They don't. And I'm like, okay. I'll be like, if you rap one bar, or 8 bar, whatever. If you rap, I'll give you the haircut for free, and they won't do it. I'm like, did you hear me? I'll give it to you for free. Why are you scared? Because I already know, like, you be rapping, or you be doing stuff. So, like, be free. And it's really starting to, now I got to kind of stop doing that because kids are kind of like, all right, like, wait, I thought you were going to say no.
Yeah.
So now you got to cut it for free.
But at least they're showing signs of bravery and self-confidence within, like.
Because that's what we lack. That's what the youth lacks too, is confidence. It's this false, fake narrative of confidence, but they really don't have it. They don't. It's like, oh, I know I'm the man, but as soon as you put them to the test, they can't handle it.
Disappear.
The disappear is crazy.
The crumble's crazy.
The crumble is crazy. And I'm like, come on, y'all. Come on.
I've seen folks fall apart.
Bad.
On and off camera. But grown men too.
100%. It's worse. I think it's worse for grown-ups than it is kids.
It's definitely capitalized.
Because I can say, because you're 12, because you're 15, because you're 17, it makes sense why you do that, right? But when I look and I'm like, you're 29, 40, 60, whatever. It's like, I don't understand. Why? What's going on? It's crazy.
There's been a big gap in society where a lot of the principles and the values have fallen off.
Big time.
And you were saying you couldn't be in so-and-so's circle because their values don't align with yours.
Right.
What values do you walk with today?
I would say, like, my value is respect people. Actually, not just respect, but love them. Love them for where they're at. I think that's allowed me to really be a pretty good leader because I respect people and I love them for where they're at. My value is, like, honor people, man. Like, do right. You know what I mean? And if you can't do right, stay away. There's people I do not like. There's barbers I don't like.
Yeah.
Period. But anybody in my shop will tell you I do not hate on them.
Of course not.
It's crazy. And this is on camera, off camera, I'm telling you. They'll tell you. And some of them will start talking about somebody and I get ready to be like, who cares?
It's not a big deal.
It's not. It's not. You know, I try to, if I had something to say to somebody, I will tell you straight up to your face. But I won't have to disrespect you in how I tell you.
Yeah.
That matters. I don't like you because you're stupid and you're short and ugly. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, hey man, I really dislike that you do this, this, and that. Don't mean we'll be friends. I personally just don't like that.
Before we wrap up, I have one more question to ask you.
Yeah.
You know, what is the biggest difference that you notice when you look in the mirror from Duran before Jack of all Fates has conquered the internet in some aspect, conquered this local community? What is the biggest difference from that you notice within yourself, pre and post Jack of all Fates? I mean, it's still going. It's not over with. Just getting started, you said.
Right.
But talk to us about that. What's the biggest difference?
I think back then, my level to understand people, I was very judgmental, for sure. Before, like, getting into the industry, like, really, I mean, I love people, I was funny, I did all that, but I was really judgmental. I was really stuck in a box. I really thought this was one way. Even with, like, going to church and all that. I'm like, no, it's supposed to be like this, that's it. If you do that, that doesn't matter, I don't care, you're wrong, cut it off. And now, like, I've really grown to a point where I'm like, I care more, but I don't care in the sense of me judging. Like, I really don't, I mean, I guess you could say we always judge people. I think so. But I really, like, I'm so, like, I don't know. It would be like music. I used to be like, I only like hip hop or I only like gospel. But now I like it all. I like hip hop, I like country, I like jazz, I like classic, I like hard rock, I like heavy rock, I like indie music, like I'm a techno, like I mean it, dude.
It's a techno.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like, bruh, I'm telling you, bruh, like it's crazy. It's crazy for me to think it and to feel it, because I'm like, you should have seen us here. We're just the different colors. I'm like, ooh, we're just bouncing around from color to color to color, and I'm like, this is tight. So I'm not judgmental like that no more. I accept everybody. It's fun.
You could probably sleep better at night doing that.
I do, dog. I be knocked out.
This time, 100%.
It's been a blessing, bro. It's been fun, and it's not over for sure. But I don't know what's next. Got to win that CT Barber Expo, and after that, I am bringing a Barber Expo to Reno. It's a beauty Barber Expo, and that's gonna be where I'm going to have like a category where it's gonna be FX. It's Halloween themed.
Nice.
So I'm like, I already locked down the Silver Legacy ballrooms, like 9,200 square foot. Locked that down. I'm still getting vendors. I got a few locked down, but I'm gonna have different categories. I'm gonna have barber battles. I'm gonna have cosmetology battles. We're working on bringing a pretty big artist to Reno. It's a lot. It's so much to get this dude.
Yeah.
So we're working on it. I believe it's gonna happen. But if it didn't, it didn't. But we're gonna make it happen. For sure.
So when you win the content creator award
Absolutely.
out in CT, do you have a speech prepared? What will be your messaging? Are you going to slow down content-wise, or are you only going to ramp it up?
I'm gonna ramp up. And to be honest, with my message, like I already have exactly what I'm gonna say. I already know. It's super simple. I went and, well, I ain't gonna tell what I did, but who cares? They won't. If they see it, they see it. They don't, they don't. It's gonna be people that don't know me. But I went and bought a scroll on Amazon, and it's gonna be blank, and I'm gonna leave it up there to shoot content. So I'm gonna be going off acting like I'm reading it, but there's nothing on there. So the person that grabs the scroll, I'm gonna leave it open. They're gonna look like, this dude didn't even read anything. But I already know what I'm gonna say, man. It's really simple, man. I thank God, number one. I thank my grandmother. I thank my kids. I'll go Quincy, which is my lady, that's my wife. Malik, Elijah, Malia, and Quentin. I got to say their names. I'm going to say everybody in my shop name. I got to thank all of them. I thank my whole team, Jalen, all them. And then I'm going to tell everybody to pull out their phones and follow me on Instagram. That's it. And I'll thank the people that did the awards, but I'm like, mainly, the main part is pull out your phones, because it's 20,000 barbers. So I'm like, pull out your phone and follow me. If you don't follow me. And if you do follow me, unfollow me and follow me. It'll make me feel better.
So you never stop going. You're always looking for avenues and ways to get another follower, get another do
Absolutely.
more content, make people laugh.
Oh yeah.
Is it about the laughter for you and bringing joy back to the world, or is it?
It's 100% about the joy. We need it, man. On a side note, with everything that's going on right now with people, and whatever this aura is around our planet, especially in America, we need love more than ever. We need happiness. We need joy. Some people need to laugh through the pain. Sometimes they give you the laughing gas when you're getting some of the craziest surgeries. Yeah. It's like jacked up.
Yeah.
But your arms like the Joker. But you need to laugh. You know what I mean? It feels good, dog. It feels so good. So that's what it's about.
Bringing joy back.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Now I appreciate you hopping on the show.
Yeah. Thank you, man. This was fire.
Now, where can folks find you briefly?
You can find me at Jack_of_all_fades. Once you start putting it in, it'll pop up on all platforms. I'm there. You can find me at Jack of All Fades. Our location is 5000 Smith Ridge Drive, Reno, Nevada 89502, Suite C7. We're here. If you ever want to come kick it, you don't got to get a haircut. Just come kick it. We are not opposed to anybody coming to kick it, unless you got some issues, then, but us normal folks,
Yeah.
Cool people.
No, it's certainly a vibe in here.
Yeah,
like I said, I appreciate you coming on. If you laughed at any point, smiled at any point, learned at any point, or super enjoyed the conversation at all, please hit that subscribe button.
Subscribe.
Share
y'all.
it with a friend.
Please.
They can learn something too.
Yes.
Jack, I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See y'all soon.